My brain is not working great today.
I'm glad you're in charge of the podcast. This is going to be fun.
I'm here for you guys. So question number one, kind of ease us into it. Meh. So monorail or like an underground rail? Like which one? Which one do you think would be better? Which one should we have?
Whatever one actually happens.
Well, which one do you want?
I think I prefer above ground. I don't need to be stuck in some tube underground in Vegas.
I say if it's sexy, put it on a rail above ground.
Yeah, if it's one of those claptrap monorails, stick it under the ground.
Well, I think like the equation on that is usually just like, you know, the cost of land versus the cost of like digging versus, you know, the cost of like the struts and everything else, right? So that's less of a specific design philosophy and more of just like a, you know, cost benefit ratio, basically.
What about zip lines?
Oh,
how fast would you be going by the end of it?
Like you're ziplining within the monorail?
But just, you know what? I'm going with this.
From car. You just,
or is the monorail on a zip line?
Well, how do you think you get to different tracks?
I'm just waiting for the Futurama 2 system.
Hold on tight. We got 3 different types of transport going on here, boys.
Well, there was a novel that Mike Mignola actually did like random little illustrations of, and it's like a post global warming New York, and so downtown is like half underwater basically, and so people like actually go from like the top floors of the downtown area via zip line basically, and that's how they travel
from the monorail to the subway to underwater.
So you couldn't even have
exclusively by zip line.
You couldn't even have an underground one here. Our water table. Yeah. God damn it, Brian. No, you go. No, you hang on.
I'm just going to mute you, so it doesn't matter.
Motherfucker. Our water table is only like 3 to 5 feet down here, so there's really not much choice. You'd have to go above ground.
I mean, they built the channel. They're sure they could figure out South Carolina.
The channel is just not an appetizing name.
It sounds like an Indian dessert.
Everybody get out of the channel!
Ooh, can I have a bite of your channel?
Jesus.
They have chocolate channel now?
Dude. So...
put that thing away, Justin.
I went from like... For those of you listening on the radio,
that was no visual gags.
Yeah.
It's this erotic, pale, unsheathed knee.
I mean, I'm okay with being comfortable, but goddamn.
So yeah, I've actually been, you know, I've traveled via channel, and like I was all excited. I'm like, this will be interesting, man. The English Channel, like this is fascinating. Oh my god,
the tube though. I mean, like,
oh dude, yeah, like literally as soon as you leave, I think what is it, Carrying Cross Station or something like that. You're like, oh, and okay, I guess we're just in the darkness.
Yeah, for 45 minutes. 45 minutes, ridiculous.
No one says via channel.
So then I'm like all excited because like, okay, you know, the thing's like, hello passengers, you'll be emerging from the channel shortly. I'm like, oh cool. So I'm like staring out the window. I'm all excited. I'm like, oh, what are we gonna see? Oh my god, I'm gonna be in France. And it's just like a total rail yard. Like it's just the fences. It's like the grossest, most industrial part of France there is. It was very disappointing, in other words.
My wife and I vacation in France every summer via channel.
Jesus.
You just vacation in the channel the whole time?
Just back and forth forever.
I really like the cinnamon sugar channels are my favorite.
I heard they're making a vegan channel.
Ooh, no egg. That's bold.
If you haven't splurged on a saffron channel, you haven't lived.
Fucking stupid question. Oh my god.
Yeah, we made it through.
Your question might as well have been, what do you think of the channel?
Yeah.
Gentlemen, engage!
Did you write these questions today during?
That's what I was say.
An hour ago, fuckers.
looked them up.
On a
An hour
scale
ago,
of
he's like-
Subway to Zipline, where would you rate the shuttle?
It's a much better question. Great phrasing.
Ooh, they come in foot long.
All right.
I want you to record everything you say for an entire day. I think you'll find some interesting stuff.
What type of meat would you prefer to have in your socks?
On your Subway.
Channel
It's
meat.
all Subway based.
Subway themed.
I like the
podcast
long
brought
meat.
to you by Jared.
Eat
Oh
that.
my God. Over and over by Jared.
I don't want to know what kind of meat Jared wants in his socks.
Well,
What kind of meat would I prefer in my socks?
It's a
You know
simple
what?
question.
No, it's straightforward. I like it. I'm gonna go with pork sausage pre-ground.
Mm.
Yeah,
I'm
because
gonna
then
go with-
like it's like the sock itself would almost be like the casing of the sausage. You know what I mean? So I feel like conceptually speaking, you're already kind of close to a usable meat product.
I hate this
For
so much. I hate it so much. This is not
You're
a
just-
real question. You're treating it real, and it sounds disgusting.
You're
would-
just recasing the meat, though, putting it in the socks.
And so I wonder if you
Sure.
had a certain type of sock, like you had a fibrous sock, would it add a certain je ne sais quoi to your sausage?
All of my
Like-
socks are made out of pig guts, so I'm kind of already there.
I
it's like-
like it. We're talking about what kind of sock would you put meat in then?
What did you ask?
No, the question is what kind of meat.
Yeah, would you put in your socks?
If I had to put meat in the socks, I would just make sure that the meat was hairless so it wasn't itchy.
Wait, do I have to
Gonna
wear
fucking
these
wear
socks?
Or is there like a more obvious like answer? It's like, should we go with like chicken feet? Should we put the chicken feet in the socks? Like that'd be kind
Yeah,
of
are
adorable.
you
What are you gonna
looking for a
stash?
real, like a
What?
pig's hoof?
if that's
Yeah.
the case, it's just a human foot. I would put the meat of a human foot in my
Man meat.
socks.
Of my own human foot.
Man meat.
Yours or multiple other people's? Or
So,
At least 5 foot in my one sock.
Is there a
Big
world
sock.
record for how many feet in one sock?
I'm sure there is.
I want to
So,
have the most feet surrounding my feet.
my
How big-
grandfather
go.
was,
Sort of-
my grandfather stormed the beaches of Okinawa. He fought in hand-to-hand combat in the foxholes of Korea, right? And the most like
Bacon and
The
Foxels.
most-
Foxels.
the most gross story, like from like his perspective, like when he was telling me some of these tales, right, or like regaling me with his exploits.
Foot.
This better be a
Was-
sock story.
Dude, he's like,
it's
so
a manless
like,
foot with a sock on it.
the context of this was
Nowhere near
was,
four socks. The story.
was look at that. So my grandfather hated MacArthur, hated him, and when MacArthur got fired after fucking up with the Korean War, my grandfather was like, "Fuck that guy, good." And I was like, Grandpa, like, you hate MacArthur? Like, I will return, took the Philippines back. That's pretty badass. And it's like, he sent the Marines to take the island of Pearl because he needed it for his jump to the Philippines. We secured that island 2 days after MacArthur landed in the Philippines. He lied to us. We didn't need to go there. And Pearl, he's walking on the beach. They've secured the beachhead, and now they're, advancing further into the island to clear out the Japanese. And he finds a Marine standard issue boot. He's like, that's weird. And he picks it up, foot still inside.
Oh,
There was
That's what I just said.
there was a
I want foot meat in my sock.
Yeah.
there was a shoe that washed up about 6 months ago here with a foot in it. They still haven't found where it came from, who it belongs to.
Is that a shark related incident? Like, what the fuck?
what,
And
a clean,
dump-
clean sever?
Remnants, yeah. Well, no, I mean it was pretty
Shoe.
decomposed, but there was definitely a foot still in the shoe. There's a lot of crabs out here, so I'd imagine it wasn't clean.
One of my father's first calls as a firefighter was a homeless man who had gotten hit by a bus so hard that his feet were left behind.
Mm.
And
Oh,
Holy shit, I thought that was a meme. That's a thing?
go pick up those feet. So that was one of his first intros into true firefighting and what it was going to entail.
So you
I would
stick the
like to
rook
see
on
the
that?
Legs.
I want to see the science behind that. or a slow motion video, one of the two.
It's a supreme lack of calcium, so that you're just so.
He had soft ankles.
Yeah. he had a tennis player's ankle.
Soft ankle disease. It affects over 1 Americans each year.
There is dozens of us.
240.
There's a gross of us.
We got 1 vote for popcorn shrimp, evidently.
Oh, interesting choice. Cooked
from your lady friend? Is that who we were talking to?
If you're gonna stash a meat
Crystal.
for later, popcorn shrimp's pretty good. I mean, not put a couple in your sock if you're at a cocktail party and you don't want to seem rude, but you really want some more of that popcorn shrimp. You could stash it in your sock and take it home. I'm with it.
I have sweaty feet. I'd say no meat. Maybe what's the most absorbent of meats?
Beef Wellington.
like a really like
A real dry turkey.
yeah. I was thinking,
Dried
exactly. I was thinking like a dried up turkey.
Beef Wellington is kind of like meat in a sock.
God damn it! That's like my favorite meal. And you're really trying to ruin it for me.
Well, Brian just ruined shrimp with his sweaty feet for me. So
Sweaty
What
shrimp feet.
What constitutes a sock? Can it be made of breading material?
If you're going to walk around in it, yes.
Brian, if your feet get sweaty and hot enough, you might be able to put a raw shrimp in there. And by the time you get home, it's fully cooked.
Oh my god.
Dude.
My feet seldom get above 100 degrees.
Shrimp doesn't take that much to cook.
I'll be right back.
It's plausible.
I'm imagining like the DOS boot of like socks, right? Where you just like
Mead ale? Is that what you're saying? You put mead ale in your socks?
So it reminded Justin's story of his grandfather. I watched Apocalypse Now Redux. It's actually the first time I ever saw it.
I've never seen that either. It's on my list.
And then I watched Heart of Darkness, the documentary they made about it, all in the same
I've heard
day.
that's good too. Oh wow, you're back to back. That's like a 7-hour day.
It was
Brian's
so
a binger.
brutal. I was just like, I'm fucking doing this. Let's go.
Did you come out of that acting like you were Colonel? What his name is? Like,
No, he had to watch the entire all seasons of Scrubs to get it out of his head afterwards.
Yeah, it started. I watched the first 3 seasons of Community. I don't know if I care about anything after that.
It gets interesting, but it's still good.
dude,
I've
actually
seen them all.
Oh, okay.
I'm rewatching the first
Oh, yeah.
3,
stopped.
maybe more.
after the Dice episode because I knew it would never get better than that. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, they're peaking here.
Yeah.
That is the pinnacle. But there are good episodes in the left.
That's true.
I'm sure there are, but it's for me. I was like, dude, they nailed it. Like, at this point, they should have just retired. Yeah, like that's Gibson's Homer. Just take your walk and go home.
I did do New Girl twice. That was really good.
That's a
all
good
the way
show,
through.
yeah.
I've seen
Like,
a little bit of
that's
that. Show.
Schmitty and
Yes. Schmitty is the
What
most
other-
amazing character.
Winston's phenomenal too.
Yes,
When
absolutely.
Winston's on, it's like the puzzling episode. Puzzling. Nothing
What
but
other
a
meats
puzzling.
is Brian cooking in his socks?
Winston's. Burnt Winston's.
Flambe de Winston.
A $3 bill will be put into circulation in your honor. What phrase or other design would you put on it?
E pluribus anus.
Anum?
Anus, is that what that would be? Like,
Change your socks.
You only need 50 more cents to make Tree Fitty. That's what mine was.
only 50 cents more.
Only 50 cents more.
2 more quarters.
I just like only 50 cents more. So every time you take it out, damn it.
I'm so close.
Disappointed every time you take it out.
What are you buying for $3?
3 Choco
Like
Tacos.
like an accusation. Choco taco.
Oh,
Do they even
God.
cost $1 still?
No.
What about those
Inflation, damn it.
apple pies? Those things still are $1.
Are they really?
Yeah, the apple ones and the lemon ones and the
What's
Like-
that?
I feel like the way to make the $3 bill work is like you'd have to like have it some sort of weird like cumulative impact, right? Where like one $3 bill is worth $3. but 2 $3 bills is worth $6.50. And then you just keep ramping, like 3 $3 bills is worth straight 10. And so, and this is actually it's sponsored by the Department of Education. We're trying to improve our mathematics as a country, as a society.
But you can only buy lottery tickets with $3 bills.
Well, the whole country has become a swap meet, basically. And the treasury is run by swap meet owners.
Not one of those good swap meets where it's like all garage sale stuff. It's one of the crappy ones with Chinese strollers and shit like
that. Who's running a good swap meet?
Wait a minute.
The Saddleback Valley College
Hispanics
really
bomb ass swap meets.
Apparently this is like just a race thing. I had no idea swap meets were so aligned.
They're also the ones that run the shit swap meet too.
There's one here that's huge. I mean, it's like it's like 10 buildings and then a giant outside area, and then it overflows into a parking lot. It's a couple of square miles, and it's every single weekend. And there's vendors that they're like stores because they're there every single weekend. You buy spots inside the building, almost like those thrift store places where you buy a little spot in the thrift store, but they actually work it with a counter. So there's the Super Nintendo video game guy, and that's all he does is like, 3 different game systems, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64 and whatever. And that's all he does is deal in those games. So if you want a specific thing, you got to walk around that swap meet enough to know like, oh shit, I need a knife sharpener dude. I know where the knife sharpener dude is. I'm going to go over there.
No, you had me at Super Nintendo. I picture this swap meet selling Pogs and VHS.
Oh yeah. And VHS, Pogs, chickens. And the outside area.
Hasn't changed since '94.
Yep, and the outside area, there's like all the people with their homegrown produce and stuff, which is cool because it's almost like the ghetto farmers market on the outside, or a portion one side of the outside, and then you have all the tchotchke shit and all the bullshit in between, and the incense people.
Tamagotchis.
There's like 5 vape shops in there, I'm sure.
Slap bracelets.
Oh, you read my mind. Get out of my brain.
There's a lot of antique specialists, like antique toys, this person, or antique furniture, this person, and everything.
That's the main reason. Like, the East Coast has some good old shit. Like, everything out here is 50s and forward, at best.
At best, right?
At absolute best.
Do your parents still have all those Pachinko machines?
Oh yeah, they gave me one. I made a whole frame for it, hung it on the wall and everything.
There needs to be a picture of the channel on the new $3 bill.
Oh yes.
Hey.
The British French channel on the American $3 bill. I guess there's a pyramid on the $1 bill.
One of them American pyramids on there.
What's your favorite petty revenge?
Like historically? Personally?
Dude, you're trying to look for like exact context in what we do here?
Seriously.
Right. Sorry. Foolish question.
We ended up with lopped off feet somehow from putting meat into socks.
That was a crazy leap, right?
How weird.
I was thinking about putting popcorn shrimp inside of the toe shoes, by the way, because they would just go in just perfect. Right in the toes.
Slot right in.
When you take them out, though, all the breading's going to stay in there. They're not going to be popcorn anymore.
The tail's all breaded still, but that's not the part I want to eat.
I put it in as popcorn shrimp. It came out grilled. I'm confused.
Wait, I don't remember taking shrimp. I don't remember stuffing shrimp and grits in my sock.
Oh, Jesus.
Where did these grill marks come from?
I got thin ankles.
That's going to be my excuse for everything from now on. I got thin ankles.
Okay, thin ankles.
Everything.
I've got a marionette's ankles.
I have the ankles of a marionette with thin ankles. I can't do it.
Damn it, Mike. This report was due Wednesday. What happened? I'm sorry, boss. I got thin ankles.
Arms and ankles.
All right.
Sorry.
Look at the grill marks. I mean, come on.
Do you see the grill marks on my ankles right now?
These socks are not naturally pleated.
Whoever made pleated socks to begin with?
That's Mike, you're right.
When you want that crisp, clean ankle look, pleated socks.
Businessmen all over the world wearing capri dress pants to show off their pleated socks.
Pleated, but they're also suede. Pleated suede socks.
Why is it always socks?
Yeah, change your socks is becoming more and more.
change your socks to pleated ones.
Pleated socks.
Get over here, Pleatus.
And it's not even the side that's pleated; it's like the foot itself. It's so uncomfortable.
I don't remember the question.
What is your favorite petty revenge?
Oh,
Petty revenge.
Slightly under tipping. Just slightly.
Just
14%.
No, like
19.5%.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Just like obviously making it not a round number?
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't round up.
Yeah. Oh, your bill's $23.78. Okay, I'm gonna tip you $3.72.
Guy only left me a $3 bill and 72 cents.
I'll tip you 72.2222 cents. I'll round it down to 72.
There's only one $3 bill here. That means I'm 50 cents short.
I remember, like my dad, one of his buddies had a story where they had a waitress that was like so terrible when they had like, getting like a quick, diner breakfast kind of thing before work. And then my dad's buddy Bill had a penny that gotten cut in half. And so he left that for the tip.
Ooh.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's not very petty.
That's a keepsake right there. That server might still have that penny.
Yeah.
The worst.
I bet there's still a server.
The worst waitress we ever had was an Old Ship, but she was so bad that it was good, so we left her a good tip.
She was amazingly horrible.
We were like, the menu said old English, or like full English breakfast. And when we kept, like, three of us ordered it, and she goes, "Why do you keep saying full English breakfast?" It's because it's just called full English. We said it says it. Oh, that's what it says on the menu. Like, the menu says full English breakfast. And it was only downhill from there. It was just.
So it wasn't like part of a bit.
Look.
That was not a shtick where she was mean, like kind of like a campy old diner waitress. Like,
yeah, we did that.
It was just an old British lady that hated everybody.
Yeah,
all right, so I had a buddy in high school who was a delivery driver for a pizza place. And during Christmas, he decided one night we went joyriding when we didn't have licenses or anything, but we took my other buddy's dad's car. And we went to all the houses that he said didn't tip him when he delivered pizza. And he took one bulb from sections of the icicle lights. So the whole strand would go out. And then we took those. It doesn't stop there. We took all those bulbs from 2 hours or so of taking bulbs from random icicle lights. And we went to another guy's house who we went to high school with, who was a total douchebag and we hated. He took
you
all
ground
those
them
bulbs.
up and you put them in the dog's food.
No, he just
oh my God.
he threw them.
That's so petty.
I wanted this to go from super petty to horrible, horrific death.
He threw them in the front yard in the grass and went in and dug them all into the ground so they get caught up in the lawnmower. And then we stole their baby Jesus from the nativity scene at their house.
Well, the last part I'm okay with.
Yeah, that's yeah. Well, but that's also a little over the top. I mean, it's petty. I don't know. That's pretty serious still.
Well, you're also showing your age because that was the point at which you could steal a single light bulb from a strand and it would knock the whole strand.
And
is it petty when you commit multiple offenses like driving under the age, basically stealing a car, stealing all the bulbs, private property, trespassing, and we all had a permit. So collectively, we had a license, basically.
And I'll add on to that. This was also the same house where instead of toilet papering it, we would go steal a bunch of cones from where they were building new houses and stuff, and direct at like 3 or 4 in the morning, direct all the traffic from the nearest main street into their driveway. The next day in the morning, they'd have cars honking at them and stuff. They'd go right into the driveway.
That's pretty cool.
And awesome. Yeah.
That's a good one.
I like that.
Wait, jeez, like what did the kid do to deserve this?
Oh, he did absolutely nothing to us. He was just annoying. That's the... I'm pretty sure
I feel like I was
us
that
too.
kid in high school.
I wonder how far the $3 would go with the slightly under tipping. Like, is there a special value to the $3 bill? Because, like, you know how it is when you get a $2 bill. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Maybe it can have like a punch, where you punch out like a card.
A punch $3 bill?
Yeah, if you're tipping, if you're leaving it for only a tip, you punch it, and it becomes 1 cent more worth more. However you say that. However you made that sentence.
One per punch more cent use.
I'll be back in a couple minutes.
Okay.
And so it keeps gathering punches whenever it's tipped until eventually it falls apart. And it's worth the same. So you're trying to spend it before that final punch.
That's going to have to be a pretty durable $3 bill.
Well, yeah, it's made out of titanium.
Well,
it's going to have to be pretty strong hole punches.
What kind of hole punch are you
that's
using?
That's made out of adamantium.
They're standard issue.
You guys don't have an adamantium hole punch?
Hole punch?
Which is forged on the anvil of unobtainium. Like,
wait, what's Thor's hammer made out of?
Only Mjolnir can actually make the punches.
Mjolnir, wasn't it like star metal, but forged by the dwarves or something like that? I don't remember.
Yeah. Yep.
So. Sounds about right.
If you haven't watched all of those Avengers in order and the whole giant story, it is really good. It's really good.
Yeah.
I like it.
I love the third.
They really did well.
Mm-hmm.
The second Avengers, I was intrigued by the concept, but I feel like they butchered that. Like, because the Dark Elves could have been such an interesting villain, but instead of like going into the philosophy of a creature of darkness in a universe of that is emerging in light, because it's definitely like a kind of like Paradise Lost kind of vibe, right? Where like we were first, but he loved them best kind of thing, and instead of going that to like we're gonna get out to play the Doctor Who, he's gonna be kind of mean.
You're thinking
I found the second movie to be just a series of action sequences. Like,
yeah,
what I'm saying, like they had this cool villain option, and they just didn't bother exploring it.
You're thinking about this in more of a Tolkien way with a dwarf.
Well, I mean, dude, Norse mythology obviously very inspirational for Tolkien, and then second, like there's lots there. Like I don't know, like that to me seems like a missed opportunity for sure. Although, man, lots of Kat Dennings in that one.
They were trying to. I think they're still trying to make it mass digestible.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a pretty like lame excuse, though, right? Especially like, well, I guess maybe that was what 20. When was that? 2012? Nah, maybe not that far back.
No,
but like, I mean, it would have been like pre
15
massive. What's the word I want to use? Like where like the sort of internet exploded into all these different like super niches, which were like strangely vibrant and able to support.
Is it niche or is it niche?
I would have said niche, but he also says GIF. So
yeah,
Jiffer. Fucking Jiffer.
First of all, I feel like that is neither here nor there, but I also don't speak French, so I think your crap pronunciation is exceedingly right here, right there. Okay, well, I'm trying to dodge that because the GIF thing is like I feel like you've pinned me on this one pretty well, and I'm really trying to shrimp out of it.
Hey, let's all go down to the Bordeaux and eat some fox, something or I don't know.
Well, the issue I have with this though, right, is that there are certain words that like English has borrowed that are are for some reason
Certain
have
words?
kept their native
You mean, like,
pronunciations.
All of
Like,
them?
what I mean, like, so niche, right? I think it's a French word originally. That
Nietzsche?
English has taken on.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different person. And it's like that's like the only word we pronounce like that, right? We don't do. I shouldn't say the only one, but like there's a lot of other French style words that we don't pronounce like Frenchmen. We pronounce them with an English sort of
People say
vernacular.
foyer.
Right?
Do you like foyer or foyer?
Ew.
I
That's a good
think
one.
it's tomato, right? Like I don't feel like it's an official like rendering.
I
on
don't-
I
that.
mean, there's
I don't
an
really
official
use
way
that
to
word.
say it. It's the French way, which is foyer. But then a lot of people say foyer because maybe they only read it.
I don't say either.
What about
actually-
bidet versus bidet?
Yeah, and there's a bit.
There you go, bidet. Yeah,
That one
that's a
says
good one.
bidet.
Justin, did you have a favorite petty revenge?
Well, man, like I give the example of that half penny. That's a pretty solid option. I feel
All right,
like
all right.
Steal my slightly under tipping, would you?
That's what I'm hearing.
ooh, that did kind of hurt.
Yeah,
I
have
guess
your own
we know
ideas up.
Right.
Petty revenges. I'm good upset at people.
I do wonder though, right? Because like I feel like we are not prank people, and I feel like that
Yeah.
is high praise. I worked with a group of folk that were very much prank people. This is out in Missouri, and like they pranked me exactly once. Because I went up to him, or at least who I'm pretty sure was the perpetrator, and I was like, "Look, I know you guys have fun with this, but this is not how I communicate. And if you continue to do this, this prank is going to end in the parking lot. So just so we're clear, like, because like, dude, it had escalated insanely before they got me involved to the point where like, dude, there were air horns involved. There were like, it was absurd.
They were like Winston pranks.
Winston.
Never mind.
I get it.
Thanks, Brian.
It's
So
not
anyway,
a prank. You just said something.
You just got pranked.
I don't know what that means, but anyway, like I feel like the prank petty revenge culture thing is just it is a bad move. It is a passive aggressive sort of like we live in a culture that no longer lets people settle things through violence. I don't feel like engaging in a mental argument with you. Instead, I'm going to engage in this sort of like juvenile, like actually, you know what? The friends of mine that grew up with a freaking silver spoon in every orifice, they have great prank stories because
Yeah.
they're awful human beings.
Yeah, I agree.
Like
it's
like,
a
I
frat
remember-
thing. It's a
Dude,
total
exactly.
college
And, like,
fratty.
dude,
Bro-y.
this guy said like I can't remember the exact context, but like this guy casually says, "Well, dude, we should just upper deck their guest bathroom."
Oh God.
And I'm like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "You never upper decked anybody?" And he tells me what it is, and I'm
Yeah.
like, "I'm going to beat your ass on principle right now for the fact that you know what that is." Like, Jesus Christ.
It's just-
Where you
I mean,
just-
I know what it is too, but I've never even thought about doing it. I've never disliked somebody to that point. Like,
That-
Like,
that's
you have to dislike someone, you're
that's like
pranking,
those
but also hang out with them.
those messed up sexual terms like donkey punch or that like
Yeah.
sure the concept is kind of funny to think about in a certain context, but actually doing something like that, you're a fucking
Yeah.
monster.
Because you're either having sex with somebody you almost hate,
Almost?
Right.
or you're having sex with somebody in order to do that,
You
and then you're
obvi-
a horrible human being.
you obviously value human life so little that you value your own life so little that you're able
Well, have we
to find
discovered?
hilarity in something like that.
Yeah, I feel like we've discovered a deeper objectification, right? Like this isn't objectification for like sexual gratification. This is objectification for like a random story after the fact. It's like even worse.
Yeah.
At least the sexual
the worst
gratification.
part
At
is-
least
Yeah, who are they telling these stories to that are but like, yeah, you did that? That's awesome, man. Like, who are the people that have these friends that like I would if I ever did something like that, I'd be ashamed to tell anybody.
I'll tell you who
this-
those people are. I went to the beach once, and this guy, rolled up on the beach with his family. He had his kid and his wife and his rollout cooler, and he was getting his stuff set up, and he's got his umbrella set up. And he
why is
was
it
like
a cool
looking
part of his
around.
personality? I
He
feel like
was
that's
like,
it's an effective device. Like,
He was
Like,
looking
what are they
around, looking
drinking?
around, and then he walked off the beach, and then he came back like 10 minutes later with like a 10-foot pole and a Trump flag and stuck it in the sand and tied it to his cooler and was like, all right, now I'm ready to beach. Like that's the guy. That's the guy.
It's the people.
That's the donkey puncher?
They never got any attention growing up, so they learned that bad attention is.
I'm thinking that guy's probably just big into paddleboarding, and he wanted to make sure they could find his way back to the right beach. And the Trump flag won after the last election.
He's like, this is South Carolina, so he would get lost trying to find his way back. That's the problem.
I mean, I don't know about all these.
Know which one of the men is me.
I don't know about all these revenges that I like. That's not just petty. I don't know. I got the idea just from some picture that came across a while ago of somebody's toothbrush with the bristles cut off.
Oh, that's messed up.
Right? Can you imagine and they it was somebody that you live or something like that, and you're going to go brush your teeth, and you're going like, I can imagine how that's going to feel, and I don't like it at all.
But they're still going to do it. They're
right?
Still gonna
have another fucking toothbrush.
Just like crying.
That's the angriest toothbrushing session you've ever had. Just like grinding on your teeth. You could feel the plastic hitting the.
You guys don't always have
all the time.
Yeah. By the way, Shane, you got to answer your own questions too.
All right, well, that's what I just did right there.
Yeah, I also feel like if someone did that to me, I feel like I'd have to lean into it, right? Like I would buy another toothbrush, but I'd hide it. And so I would just pretend like I kept using that one. Like, dude, it's actually kind of great. Like, thank you.
Fuck
you know what I mean? Like, those like you had to floss to get some of that stuff out sometimes. Like, I feel like this is really getting in there.
Yeah, it was getting soft because the bristles were so long and flexible, and now it's nice. It's good.
That's a petty revenge.
Take that.
That's a pro response to petty revenge.
How many days can you wear jeans without washing them? What about towels? And is there a correlation?
Oh my God, that's a good question.
I'm going to say
I'm a filthy individual.
Wait, what?
I'm a filthy individual. I'll wear jeans for months without washing them.
Oh my God.
And they stand on their own.
No, I don't think I'm not sweaty. I mean, like if I'm active in them, then I'll wash them. But if I put them on, go to work, come home, and then put on my house clothes. I just figure if I don't shit on them, then they're fine.
Well, how often does that happen?
Schultz?
And the towel is just when I'm drying my face and it smells. I'll think about, I gotta wash this eventually.
Soon. Eventually, not even soon. Gotcha.
Well, I will say, like the towel. You only use the towel when you're clean.
Yeah, I'm super clean.
So, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's definitely, like, the towel reusage, I feel like that's just being environmentally safe. Although, eventually you're like, okay, it's time. Like,
yeah,
I'm guessing.
How clean can you really get your asshole without, like, getting your hand inside there?
I feel like dry inside my ass crack. I'm not shoving my towel into my crack in order to dry it. I trust
you just
it to dry on its
gonna
own.
wet crack it until it like eventually dries.
Forearms.
I mean, why do you think Brian eventually washes his jeans? Is because that's what he uses when he gets shit on him.
With the best of intention, my ass is not absorbent.
So do you judge
dries relatively quickly?
Do you judge your jean washing?
Well, that's if you wear underwear, which I've done away with.
So when you have to wash your jeans when you got enough
just the
pleats
quart
in the back
of water there all the time.
From the ass crack drying. You got extra pleats in your butt, and you start to get origami ass.
If I take them off and they keep walking around, that's when I wash.
When we start racing.
I mean, I don't want to make you.
Yeah, when I lose the foot race with my own jeans, then I watch.
When they evolved locomotion. So Darren, I feel like
surprisingly enough, as I get older, I lose the race more often. My jeans have a vitality I've not seen before.
Good old Levi.
They've been sucking it from your body.
No, they're Wrangler. They're Wrangler. I buy Wrangler.
I'm a Levi man.
I'm a very cheap individual.
Justin Boy.
Anything over $50 can fuck right off.
I will say, like, I feel like this is a very like climate based, question. Because when you think about it, like Brian lives in the desert, Darren lives in the swamp. So when Brian gets out of the shower, like that water might just absorbed into the air right away. Like versus Darren dealing with like an 80% humidity just any time. Like that's gonna stick around longer. I feel like this is not an apples to apples situation.
Yeah, if I lived in Florida, I'd be washing my jeans in the middle of the day.
So in the heat of the summer out here, when it's in the worst of the humidity, there are many days where I'm showering more than once, and that's just because I'm doing stuff like all on a weekend. I'll wake up, I'll go out, I'll do some stuff outside for a couple hours, and be like, "Fuck," come inside, shower, put on something clean, chill out for a little bit, have some lunch, hang out, and then I'm gonna go do some more stuff outside. Hour later, soaking wet again, have to come in, change, shower, and whole routine over again. That's in the worst of it. Wintertime out here, springtime, fall, it's not that bad. I go 5-6 days on a pair of jeans, but then again, I'm still doing stuff outside every day. Even if I go to work and all I do is go to my truck, go to the office, go to my truck, come home. When I get home, I still go out. I do my garden, I walk my plants. I'm still outside, usually getting my hands dirty, wiping on, the tops of my jeans, my hands, just naturally, shirt, whatever. So 5-6 days, maybe max for a pair of jeans.
That's what I mean, is that my house clothes, but I have work stuff. So if I'm going to go in the garage and do something weird, I have a pair of special pants.
Rubber pants.
Jesus.
Look, my garage.
If I'm not wearing my rubber pants with a slot in the back that opens up.
You got the coin pouch.
And my zipper corn pouch in the front bed.
Do they make breakaway rubber pants?
Do they make rubber pants?
Yeah, waiter.
How do you go straight to breakaway pants before you take the regular pants?
Well, like they make like shrimp waders, you know what I mean? Those are basically rubber pants, you know what I mean? Like,
See, my pants are made out of material that dissolves and becomes fish food, so I'm actually very biodegradable.
Yeah, Brian doesn't wash his pants. They just absorbed by the catfish.
When my pants are gone, I put on new pants.
It's the circle of pants.
The circle of pants. That's the name of this episode.
I pretty much wear my pants till they dissolve.
Yeah.
Kind of like a $3 bill that's been tipped 300 times.
so many holes. And fucking titanium pants.
Titanium hole punch pants.
I'm like about. I don't know if I throw with clay or whatnot. That's it. Oftentimes the pans are toast.
Don't you have like an apron?
I don't. Or kind of annoying. I could get that, but also it like gets all over my arms anyways. A lot of times if I'm throwing something big.
It'd be really cool if you got one of those
like an elephant,
creepy like butcher's aprons, and you were just in your garage working in one of those big junk,
Yeah,
the Silent Hill apron. The Silent Hill apron.
If you wore rubber pants on your arms.
Or those gloves they put on when they like have to stick their arms up cows' asses.
Problem solved.
Yeah, I feel like it would create others, but you're right.
Well, sometimes like the visceral feel of the clay is part of like the charm of that activity, I would think.
Yeah,
so cut the hands off.
Your eyes are actually you train to not do it with your eyes.
Really?
Actually, yes.
That's interesting.
you go ahead and say like, just do it blind and find out how well you did, because you actually you know how
handless rubber gloves.
Yes,
you're a fucking idiot.
I'll take handless gloves, please. I'm sorry, sir. That's not a thing here at the glove store.
Please,
no,
just sell like bracelets as handless rubber gloves.
Those bro things where people have to cover up their tattoos and they just wear those like stretchy things on their arms.
Basketball players use that for like keep their like elbows protected or whatever.
Oh, is that a new handless rubber glove? Yeah, it's a solid gold handless rubber glove. I just
feel like the rash guards I use for jiu-jitsu are basically that, right? But it's a full shirt version of it.
I think it's just an ace bandage. No, it's a handless rubber glove.
That's just one of those like cancer bracelets.
Yeah.
I got a Live Strong handless rubber gloves.
Jesus, like,
look, I'm just trying to promote breast cancer awareness and wear my handless rubber gloves at the same time. Okay?
Can you get a sockless onesie?
Promoting.
Can you get a sockless onesie?
You mean an anklet?
Footless socks.
Look, this is my
I think
silver
that's a
sock.
sweatband. No.
My sockless silver sock.
So yeah, like for jiu-jitsu.
No.
Like it's
These
basically
are
just a push guard, but it's like a specific one. And it's basically
the
rubber
salesman
sleeves.
told me these are footless, feety pajamas. All over Tokyo right now.
You've got a bed of cloth tied around your ankle.
I guess socks. Have crotchless underwear. You could have handless gloves.
Crotchless. That's a belt.
Breakaway crotchless underwear.
I'm 100% putting a belt on tonight before going to bed. Like 100%.
Nothing but.
I'm putting a belt on before I take a shower. Just
these are my leather crotchless underwear.
I got some legless pants. Those are shorts.
Is it? Jesus.
Oh, are you wearing a brimless hat? No, I'm Jewish, you asshole.
What happened to the rest of your hat?
Wait, what? Oh shit! What's a topless hat?
A visor?
It'd be a visor, yeah.
Okay, all right. That makes sense. I guess.
think those are sunglasses, Shane.
No, that's a faceless mask.
I want to do the belt, the crotchless panties belt thing, but with belt loops somehow attached to the belt.
Wait, why are they panties? That's so gay, dude. Those are the gayest crotchless panties I've ever seen.
Don't make this weird.
God, might as well brand it with Coldplay.
Look, it's just
I
a
want
lace
some straight crotchless panties.
A Gucci crotchless panties.
Oh.
Sentence.
Crotchless Gucci's? A third nipple is a societal mandate. Where does yours go? It's very sensitive.
On top of one of the other ones.
It's my double nip.
Yeah. Is that like a lazy thing? I don't want to rub other things.
I just don't want three.
Look, I just want to explain why I shake hands left-handed.
I get aroused.
Mine goes next to my fourth nipple.
Yeah, that's true. If it was on your masturbating hand, extra happiness during
Oh wait, I'd put it
self pleasure,
right at the base of my penis. Just saying.
Like a man slit, basically. Like just right there, just little nub.
Like
Just saying.
near the crotch.
Yeah, on the underside, the base on the underside.
That's the bottom. The base would be the near the crotch.
Okay, I would put it at the bottom. No, that's the base. It's the base.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
where?
I feel like
No,
the nomenclature here is
No.
probably less important than the visual.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
about-
I'm truly interested if
How
it's
about I'd
just
put it
somewhere
I'd
on
put
the
it
bottom or near his pubics.
directly symmetrically on the man crease between my ball sack and the bottom of my penis or base, whichever you
Is
prefer.
that so? Like, if you go, is that because if you go balls deep, you're feeling something down there?
I
Or
feel like, you know what? I feel like the right move is like in the belly button if you have an innie. You know, be like a little surprise.
That's fucking horrifying.
Can you imagine? Like, okay,
you-
okay, that feels really good. But can you put your finger in my belly button?
Can you not penetrate my stomach? Fuck that. The belly button is the window to the inside, and you're not supposed to put stuff in there.
Zerbert me
I
again.
put it
It'll
like right at my love handle because it's buried for the next 50 years for sure. No one's seeing that.
Can I
Like,
put it in a
I
box in the garage?
I'm even gonna forget it's there.
The garage.
I like a box.
Might as well. No one's seeing this.
A jar on the fridge.
I put it in storage.
I'll put it right where it belongs.
Not on me.
Shane's in deep focus.
I'm gonna go on the left side, no, the right side of my face where it's underneath the beard. So I can do this and get that's gonna feel good. Oh yeah.
Oh.
So I can stroke my beard and kind of get a little pick me up.
And never shave.
And,
I was actually
well, I
Under
mean,
the beard?
Yeah, it'd be under. I guess it'd be a very fucking hairy nipple then, huh?
Yeah. Does hair grow from a nipple?
yes.
Yes.
Not mine.
Wait, does it, Brian?
Have you experienced that?
You know what? You could put it right here on your man crease.
Actually, I was thinking in the nostril.
Nasal labial trough.
Oh, when you blow your nose?
Is that what it's
Right?
called, Brian?
What's your facial labial
Yeah,
drop?
That's what that dent is called. Your nasal labial trough.
Educate me. Is that a real thing?
Yes, that is actually what that trough but under your nose is called.
The word labia is on a man's face. It says nasal labia trough.
Labial, but yes.
Oh,
No, that's it.
That's
Man,
still
we've all got labia.
okay.
Well,
You
check
know
this
what?
out. You know what this is though? Like this is actually your face. Like when you're in the womb, actually grows in 3 parts, and it connects here.
That's why
That's what the cleft,
the
yeah.
the cleft lip happens.
I didn't know it was labial though. Like my mind is blown right now.
I feel like labia might be more of a general term than we're thinking or we're used to. I should say.
Like
This whole-
sphincter.
This
Yeah,
whole
exactly.
time I could have just been licking my upper lip.
You are what you eat, Darren.
If only you have a nipple there.
You're getting chapped lips because you're licking your nipple the whole day long.
I'm licking my labia. Leave me alone.
Actually, don't we already all have a third nipple? That thing that hangs down in the back of your throat. Like basically, isn't that a nipple? Like by
Uvula?
construction.
Oh,
Yeah. The
yeah.
uvula.
Put it on there so when you get deep throated. Oh no, wait, never mind. Nothing. Not there.
I have
No,
2
No, I was
uvulas.
following. Go on,
Go
I was
on.
following.
Just so you all
Right in the
know, I
back
have an extra
row.
uvula. I have a double uvula. I have an extra one.
Is that what makes you such an excellent didgeridoo player?
I would say so. Yeah.
I have an
absolute.
enlarged labia or labia.
No, I
have an
do.
enlarged-
I have
I
the
have an
normal
enlarged
one,
Uvula.
and then I have an extra one that's like off to the side.
I
Mine
got
drags on my tongue. That's why I cough all the time.
that. Doesn't sound enjoyable. I woke up with
No.
a.
Do you have a stretched uvula?
I
Yeah.
woke up with an inflamed uvula because I drank and was like snoring out loud all night, and it was just like
Oh, just once? You were snoring out loud?
It was like a fat
You
raindrop in your throat.
and this
It
time
was a rare occurrence for you, Shane? that you were
super
snoring?
rare, never happened again or before. but it definitely rubbed the uvula during the snoring, and so I woke up and it was fucking huge. It was hard to breathe, and that was really kind of scary, actually.
Yeah, I was about to say that is probably sketchy.
It's like
for those who have not slept with Shane, he snores so much that you can hear him a house away.
Raise your hand if you've slept with Shane.
Mike.
For those watching at home.
Well, Shane falls asleep at the drop of a hat, so it's easy to sleep with Shane.
What a friend of mine.
There wasn't much sleeping. There was a lot of third nippling,
a lot of uvula boxing.
I woke up and there was a $3 bill on my chest.
There was a lot of labial.
He punched it 3 times. I don't know what that means.
There's a lot of lip stroking, is what I'm saying.